Should the Vikings sign Ndamukong Suh? Should they? All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Lupagus here with Onebar, and Ndamukong Suh came out and said, he's willing to play, join a contender, but he does not want to step on play 1 second of training camp. So we're going to talk about that. Should the Vikings pursue him? Before we do, what should the viewers do, Onebar?
They should give an old thumbs up on this video. Give us a comment, give us a like, hit that sub button. But Suh, let's talk Suh. Let's do it. 36 years old, older than shit. And, this isn't that far-fetched because last year, multiple reports, Suh and the Vikings were talking. They were talking as far as when he was a free agent. He went to the Eagles. Shame on him. But Suh, like you said, he just came out, said he wants to come back. He just doesn't go to training camp. I don't blame him. He's old.
Yeah, I'm going to say, do you have a problem with that? The fact he came out and said this?
The fact that he doesn't want to go to training camp? No, he did the same thing last year, and somebody still signed him. So
no, I like it. He earned it. He's earned the right to not have to go to training camp. He's an old veteran. He's probably a future Hall of Famer. Brett Favre did the same thing without actually saying it. He just didn't show up, didn't show up until training camp was over. The fact Suh's coming out and saying it, that's fine. I think he's earned this right he doesn't need to be in training camp.
You're putting Suh a little bit higher than I probably am as far as his career, but I think it is what it is. If somebody wants to sign him, they'll sign him, and he knows that. And I think somebody probably will sign him just like last year. Suh is not the guy anywhere near he used to be. He only played 8 games for the Eagles, didn't even start, was spot duty. He's going to want to go to a team that's going to compete. Maybe it's the Vikings, but looking at the Vikings defensive line, love them or hate them, we would welcome them with open arms.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one area where I think Kwesi would go against his kind of MO of signing these young players. This D-line needs some star power. It needs an old cagey veteran like an Ndamukong Suh. The one position on this Vikings roster I think would actually benefit from having someone this old come in is the D-line.
Yeah, and it's not like he even nobody's expecting the Suh of old. He comes in and he would be a depth piece. He's not starting 17 games. He's older than shit. Could get tired. He's a guy that comes in. When you look at the guys we have, the Dean Lowrys, the Phillips Tongas, there's not that just mean, nasty guy on there. I mean, Suh, spot duty, go in there, fire these guys up, get after it, and he's not going to be expensive. Eagles paid him $2 million last year.
Yeah, and he's going to almost be like a coach on the field. He can help these young guys out. Just watching what he does. Maybe not what he does when the play is over, some of the questionable moves that we've seen Suh do over the years, the crotch stepping, the genital biting, the nipple flicking, whatever happens down there, Suh is a master of tormenting. I'm wondering how many anuses he's had his finger in down the bottom of those piles. This is
taking a drastic turn.
He's a known nasty man.
You need a shower.
But I truly think this is the one area where Suh could really benefit as opposed to any other position on the Vikings roster.
Well, Lupagus is riled up. He needs to go squeeze one out or something.
What happens down there? Bad things.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's probably going to be the same thing where no one's just going to sign him. Say, yeah, we'll see you in September. He's going to take his time. Suh will sign, and if he does it all, October, November comes in and like depth piece. So we'll see. Like I said, Vikings were definitely reported talking to him last year around that time he signed with the Eagles. So there was interest then. And what's the difference between 35 and 36? Let's go.
It's 37 when shit starts going bad.
It's horribly bad. Horribly
37. Bad. He's got 2 great years left. And let's not forget, Vikings at the end of camp last year, they added 2 players who were not even on the team in Jalen Reagor and Ross Blacklock. Maybe there was another if I'm forgetting. But so to bring in an outsider after they've been through a summer together is not out of question for the Vikings. We've seen them do it last year.
Outsiders, great movie. Pony Boy. Yeah, we'll see what happens. He's not a game changer if they sign him. Nobody's also just going to be feeling great about this defense, but it will improve a unit that needs some help, just like Lupagus.
And this does feel like, the Vikings one big last rod to go for Tyler before they potentially do a rebuild. If they do go with a young quarterback next year, this is the year you do it. Bring in a guy like Suh. Again, not the missing piece, but a guy who can maybe teach his younglings something and provide a play here or there. So
we all know he's going to end up signing with the Chiefs week 5, but hey, we'll see. We can hope.
Absolutely. All right, let us know what you think about Ndamukong Suh joining the Vikings and what goes on at the bottom of those piles. Am I right? And also remember this: if the internet went down for a day, 196 billion emails, 3 billion Google searches, and 500 million tweets would have to wait.